welcome to Mother and Daughter Relationships with me, your host, Mandy Maneruke. This is the place where we get to talk about all those funny scenarios that you avoid talking about when you're alone at home with your mother or your daughter. And today I'm joined by Junior Chirikuzi Gambura. She is back again with an amazing hot topic. Junior, welcome.
Thank you, Amanda. It's always a pleasure to be here.
I am so excited, because it's always lit when you're here with us. We always learn and we always have this mind-opening experience with you.
Thank you so much.
It's never predictable.
I know.
So today we're talking about the introduction of the use of contraceptives among young females. This is a very controversial, sensitive topic that we're avoiding to talk about in the society, in our homes. Contraceptives. What's your take on that?
Okay, Amanda, it's scary what's happening out there. As I've always said, that people always want to live hiding behind their fingers. People don't want to know what's happening. People don't want to know the truth of what is happening. And I know so many mothers, so many vanatete, vanambuya, the minute they hear that kuti kurukunzinga introduce a contraceptive kuvana as young as 12, it's wow, it's an outcry. But statistics have been showing us kuti vana ava, they are indulging. As early as 12, they are indulging.
What is leading to these young people indulging as young as 12? This is just heartbreaking and astonishing at the same time.
It really is. I think this thing has been happening for a long time. It's just that we didn't know about it. Okay. Mandy, you should know that at 12, a young girl is growing. Hormones are starting to wreak havoc in their body. You know what is happening?
Yes.
Boobs are starting to show. The hormones are everywhere. So really and truly, when the other opposite sex comes, you know what happens? The mid-rush, the blood comes heating up, and they want to be together. So this now, because of social media, because we're now in a global village, we now know what's happening all over the world. And I guess also our society has been like, it's now a small village. We now know what's happening everywhere. We get to know it. But now people, young girls, young boys, they are indulging in sexual activities. And worse now, because of the exposure of social media, everything is available and they want to try it out.
Even as a mother, I think first thing that would come into mind, Diani afunga kurara nemwana wangu ane 12 years old. Diani akuonei pamwana wangu.
Yeah, I know it's sad. It's a sad reality. And we always think maybe it's some old big guy who wants to sleep with my daughter. But no, they are sleeping as peers. A 12-year-old and 13-year-old. They actually sort of like agree to do it.
Experimenting.
Yes, they actually is experimenting. Because you know how it is, the young boy is also growing and is getting attracted to this girl, and the girl is also getting attracted. And you want to know that they are the girls who are even initiating. Because you find that as the girls and the boys are growing, at times the boys are a bit slower. And the girls are like a step forward. So the girls are actually initiating it to say,
where is my daughter seeing this? I'm a mom. I'm also concerned.
I know.
I'm thinking, where is this idea coming from, my girl? Why are you not thinking about your Barbie doll? Why are you not thinking about, mama wumgako jigaba? Why sex? Why?
I think what we need to do, Mandy, first and foremost, before you even think about that, as your young girl is growing, you need to start to do comprehensive sexual education.
Okay, enlighten us on that. Now you're using big words, you're scaring me.
Not really. It's just sex education.
Okay.
And I mean comprehensive. When I say comprehensive, it's everything.
Okay.
That includes sexual reproductive rights and health for a girl child.
I love that.
And once you start talking about it to your daughter, as early as 9, as early as 10, as early as 6, then they get to know what's happening out there. Because once you leave them to grow until they're 13, 14, I tell you, someone out there is ready to tell them. Someone out there is ready to give them the information, and they would want to experiment. Wow. And the mother of today, I'm sorry, I have no good words for you. Because they want to, like now, we're advocating for consent for these young girls to get a contraception. Because we are realizing these girls, they are dying in labor. Because a young girl of 12 years, of 10-year-olds, 11-year-old, 13 years, they are getting pregnant and they don't have contraception. they are carrying more than up to 9 months. So we're saying, no. Let's avoid the pregnancy. Let's keep these young girls in school. Because research has shown us that if this young girl is kept in school, they will finish up to university level as long as they are in contraception. And you won't even know, man. You won't even know that I'm using contraception. If I start using my contraception at 12, I'm done. I'll do school. Akawana mukana wekupedza chikoro. Akasaita pamuviri. Arikuenda through a high school education. Apedza kuenda kuuniversity. Apedza autograduate. Otopinda mucareer yake. Atozvishandira. Taempower mwana. What we have seen kuti numbu inokanganisa kuti vana vaende kuchikoro. Mwana akangoita numbu ari form 2 ari form 3. Haachatodzokeri kuchikoro. Society yakutongomuti atomai. Ngaachitotizira atodzimai ningi. Career yake has been killed. Dreams have been shattered.
Junior, what do you think is the major fear of mothers when it comes to the issue of talking about contraceptives with their young girls?
Mothers, they have the fear, there's so much fear that once they start talking about contraceptives to their daughters, they are initiating them to sex. That's the biggest problem they have. And that's the biggest fear. But little do they know that their daughters are already indulging. They don't want to admit to that fact. Because these kids, we have them all the time. They talk about it. And they know everything. They know types of contraceptives to use when they are doing whatever they are doing.
So as a mother, ndongotanga kutongoti whether ndatoona kuti mwana wangu anenge ari kuita ma-interest, I just have to bring up the conversation.
Just bring up the conversation and let them make an informed decision. Don't make it too formal. Make it very casual. It all boils to mother and daughter relationship. Let it be let there be a very good rapport between mother and daughter. Okay. Start introducing, talking about it. Do you know that if you are indulging, you can prevent pregnancy by taking this? But this will not protect you to HIV. This will not protect you to STIs. If you want protection from HIV and STIs, then go ahead and then use condoms. Let them know about these things because they know, but it's just that the right person to convince them, they would want to experiment. So, about these things. And we want to lobby to the government so that the age of consent to get contraceptives and medication for these young girls, it will reduce to 12 years.
I'm just thinking from the mindset and the perspective of a mother, and I'm just thinking, maybe, are we not westernizing too much? Where is our culture in this? Where is I don't know, I'm just thinking.
I'm with you. I'm with you. I know. Yes, I'm with you, Mandy. But you know what? Let me tell you this. One thing, culture is not static.
Oh, yes.
Culture, it transcends. Culture moves over time.
Yes, it does.
And we make culture. We are not made by culture.
Ah, okay.
Yes, we are not made by culture.
I love that.
We make culture. Okay. So what I want to bring to you is, right now, things are changing. The world is changing. But they are indulging. It's not even initiation into sex. Back in the day, with the grandmothers in the village, they'll take the little girls to the river for elongating of the labia. They used to do it.
Okay,
can you not call it initiating for sex?
Okay.
Because it does.
Oh, yes,
it will arouse the little girl.
And even the conversation that you then have is, preparing the toys for the husband.
For the husband, all the beads. They'll talk about these things.
Oh, amazing.
So what's the difference?
Right? When you always have Junior on set, it is just amazing. Viewers at home, let's take a break and be back. Junior, there's this interesting audio that was circulating on WhatsApp a couple of months ago of a 10-year-old young girl who is into prostitution. And she was talking about her experiences and things like that. And she was asked if they use protection, things like that. Everything that you've just said brought that audio back into my mind. And I'm thinking, are there circumstances that are pushing these young girls into it? What is really happening? Is it just hormonal, or there are a whole lot of other factors that mothers need to know, that they need to factor in when it comes to this topic?
Okay, first and foremost, we should admit that poverty is within us. The drivers, normally the biggest driver to prostitution, for these young girls is just to get bare necessities, to get $1 a day, to get a meal a day. And you might want to know that, unfortunately, some of these mothers, they even sent their 10-year-olds to engage. That's what is happening. They actually, having a daughter, it's like an addition, because you can trade them. You can trade them into prostitution, because, they will bring you income. Once you send it out, it's a sad reality, because there's so much poverty. And these things are not talked about, but this is happening in our communities that we live in. Young girls as early as 10, 11, 12, they're indulging in sexual activities, both for their sexual pleasure and as sex work. And sex work is work. And and if you notice, many of these sex workers, when we talk to them, because we do engage them in our day-to-day activities, they tell you that they started very early. They started, maybe it might start as a rep, or it might start otherwise, but normally they would start it at a very tender age of 10, 11, 12. And they'll be young mothers. So what we are saying, okay, fine, let's try to eliminate this motherhood early. Let's give them protection. Let's give them contraception. Because once we give them contraception, we keep them in school. So as a young mother, as a mother of today, with your own daughter, we are saying, let's talk about it. And let's give our children contraceptives. And we want to appeal to all the service providers. When a young woman, a young girl, 10 years, 12 years, walk into a pharmacy wanting pills for contraceptive, family planning pills, don't ask questions. Just let the child be. Give them. Because we know they're indulging. But mothers, they don't want to admit. They don't want to admit. Earlier on, I mentioned that they think giving contraception is a way of initiating into sex.
Yes, exactly.
But they forget that back in the day, even right now, Kumamisha, there's elongation of the labia that is being done. At a very young age of 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, girls are being initiated into that. Do you know what happens when they're elongating the labia? At times they tend to get to the clit, and once the clit is aroused, the hormones will start to. Yes.
Okay.
No, so these girls are doing it. Let's make our girls go through to school and finish up to university.
But I think that there's something that we need to clarify. There's a term that you continuously saying, that you're continuously using. You're using the term consent. What does it mean when you use that term, consent?
Okay, what we are saying, tirikuti nerurimi rwamai tirikuti zvinoitika pari zvino, mutemo uripo, mwana ari pasi pemakore 12, pasi pe16 zvichidzika, haakwanisi kupinda muchipatara achirapwa ari ega pasina mvumo kana kupiwa mishonga, pasina mvumo yemubereki, either baba vake, mai vake, ora anomuchengeta, oro legal guardian. Anditi saka tisi tiri kuti woye vakuru ngatibvumirei vana vedu vadiki ava as early as 12 years vasade consent, vazvimiririre vega. Akapinda muchipatara akasvika kuna mbuya veutano ati, mbuya ndokumbiro dhepu, ndidayoweyo dhepu. Mbuya ngavasabvunze mibvunzo, ana mbuya veutano ndovanetsa futi vavava, vatanga kubvunza mibvunzo, ndosaka vana vasingachadi kuenda kwavari. Because these service providers, they ask so many questions, and they want to do it. Don't tell me, don't cancel me. I know what I'm doing, and they want to do it. So when I come to you, give me a service, and I will leave the room.
Junior, in my mind, I'm thinking probably this constitution stated this because at the age of 16, that is when one is regarded an adult, right?
18.
Oh yeah, at the age of 18.
Yes.
But at the age of 16, we're saying that they're able to make decisions by themselves, okay? At least a decision of contraceptives. We're saying, maybe mwana akuziya zvaarikuita sei zvaarikuita, haana kuudzirwa, haana kupushirwa. This thought has not been incepted in their minds. But at as young as 12 years, are we saying this person, this young girl, inini zvamusamai, mwana wangu uchiri kutomona sekuti haatofungi kunyatsozvizivira achida kutobatsiridzwa. So if you're advocating for this, what level of protection is there for the daughter? As a mother, that's my concern. Because I'm thinking this child is still a minor. A minor. Of course. And this is a major life decision that they're making. So as a mother, I'm just thinking those are my concerns. Can you just, clarify those areas?
Yeah, I hear you, Amanda. You know what happens? The minute this child goes to the service provider getting these contraceptives on their own, it means the mother was never there in the first place. takes us back again. So we have realized there are quite a number of those young girls without their mother. The mother is there, but is not there. Yes. So once we, as I said before, once we start with their children, we start with our little girls, in talking about it, I can go and buy it for my daughter. I can take my daughter and take her to a service provider and say, please, can you please give my daughter a contraception? Because I know
that's where it starts.
That's where it starts. Because I know she's indulging. Yeah. And I think it's always good. I know it's making a decision for her, but I think she will thank you in the future because you are safeguarding her childhood. In as much as, because pregnancy is killing dreams. Girls who are in school and who are pregnant. Right now, the education bill was relaxed that a girl, if akaita pamiri, awiye kuchikoro nenhumbu yake, because they have realized kuti vana they are losing out. Aita nhumbu, dreams are shattered. So ngatingoregera nhumbu dzisatongobatira. Vange vaine contraception. Vange vachizviprotecta from unforeseen circumstances, my HIV, my STIs. Exactly. So that's what we are trying to do. And it all boils down to mother and daughter relationship.
I like the fact that you've highlighted that if you find a 12-year-old seeking that help at that age without the assistance of a mother, it shows the mother is absent.
It's absent.
We've got that is very common. We've got mothers who are there, but they're not there.
They are not there.
Busy chasing other things. Yes, responsibilities are there, but also our children also are a responsibility that we need to, look out for and factor in. Viewers, you've heard it from Junior. Mothers, we need to be there. You can't just afford to not be present in your child's life. Let's go for it. You were talking about a 12-year-old wanting contraceptives, needing contraceptives because they're sexually active and they want to safeguard themselves. What about HIV and AIDS?
It's scary. It's really scary out there. The good thing with HIV and AIDS right now is it's under control. The prevalence rate is okay, fine. It's not going very high, but it's under control. The nation is like managing. Like if one has got HIV, because like now what they are doing what they call test and treat. Okay. So once they test you and they found out you're HIV positive, they immediately initiate you on antiretroviral therapy. Okay. So I know those concerns are there, but to be honest with you, at the moment with these young girls, HIV is secondary. Pregnancy is the most difficult thing, because once she's a mother at 14, her life is changed. She now needs to fend for that baby, and she needs to fend for herself again, and she can't. So HIV, it's manageable, and we thank God the government HIV treatment is for free. So once one is found to be HIV positive, quickly go on antiretroviral therapy, and you can live your life like a normal person.
My thinking as a mom, I'm thinking at the age of 12, the medication you're at the age of 12, you need supervision, could you remind one, could see so is this person, are we entrusting this person with even contraceptive pills? Are we saying this person is able to manage this responsibility? It still becomes a worry,
I'm with you, Mandy. When it comes to contraceptives, remember it's not just one method that is used. It's a variety.
Yes.
So it's up to the parent to choose. There are long-term methods, there are short-term methods. And when it's a child, I think it's obviously that you need to put them on a longer-term method so that they won't take it daily as a daily oral contraception. It's either an injectable or a UDI or something that is long-term, so that they won't have to take it every day. You can put them on a cup of tea for 5 years, and that's it. They can finish their high school.
Wow.
Yes.
I'm just thinking there's these myths and all these things that are said on WhatsApp and things like that about these contraceptives, even to us young mothers about these long-term contraceptives, that they have an effect on fertility. So I'm thinking to my 12-year-old, ndatomisa pajadeo payare 5 years, andisikukanganisa here mwana wangu pamberi.
Mandy, let me tell you this.
Yes.
Mamita ariko. Atingaragire kudrive mota murodi because vanhu varikufanya accident. Tikungoti drive every day. Saka, whether there is, yes, studies have shown that maybe you can have side effects here or two, but they are negligible. It happens. People are different. People do react differently. But because man, do a accident in a motor, people are still driving their cars. Tell me if there is, because people, but people are driving cars every day. But they know that every night, every day, every afternoon, accidents are happening on the road. But people still drive their cars because that's the option they have. So what's the difference with contraception? Nekuti kuti kune vanhu 2 or 3 vaita side effects mukati you now zabembera kuti zvine side effects. No, it's a matter of just using and get the proper thing done at the right time. Yes, they do have side effects, 1 or 2 obviously, anowanika, but aunasauskuenda kumba nekuti ukakwira bus accident. No, we don't work like that.
We also need to factor in the issue of religion. Tiri kutoti abstinence haichiri hatichatotauri nezveabstinence haisisiri practical here kugeneration iriko ndo zvatiri kutauri.
I'm sorry to say
ana mai mufundisi vochiparidza shoko ripi
religion has failed us. Religion has failed us. For us to get where we are, it has shown that religion has failed us. Religion has really failed us, because what we have realized, we preach what we don't practice at home.
Okay.
We don't, and some of these young kids, girls and boys who are even at the forefront of indulging into sex, men of God,
okay,
because they just put a face and then do things to change. It's a different story. Religion has failed us, and I know we might want to run around in terms of abstinence and whatnot, but look, it's not happening. It's not happening.
And then the other interesting thing is that we've got a very huge number of young girls who are having teenage pregnancies who come from the religious sects that do not believe in medical practices. So what's the best way to go about it? We want to protect the daughter. Amai vada kuchengetedza mwana wavo vazvinzwisisa kuti chokwadi mwana wangu zvakanaka kuti tidai so, but there is that challenge there.
Yeah, I know there are a group of faith-based religions who are not into practice of modern-day medication.
Yes.
Enlightenment is still filtering in. We are trying to educate them. You see, even if the government, they encourage them to immunize their children. So even the issue of contraception, I think there's still a lot that needs to be done in terms of conscientizing these societies with the use of contraception. Because what they do, fine, they say, let's not take contraception, but they are busy sleeping with 10-year-olds. They are the big men, the big fathers, the elders of the church. They are busy sleeping with 14-year-olds. There's this issue of this girl from Marangi who died recently. She was 10. She was pregnant. I think she was 10 or 12. She was pregnant by an elderly man. So really what they say and what they practice is so different.
Okay, Junior, inini nemwana wangu tanzwanana nemwana wangu msikana tanzwanana ndanzwisisa mwana wangu kuti asexually active and I need to assist her. Handiri baba vari kutaura imwe nyaya ndopaita sei imisa amai.
Yeah, that's the challenge we have in our community, in our society. Patriarchy has really, if anything, destroyed families, I must say. I'm sorry to say. Because they just think, baba, whatever I say goes. But this father is busy sleeping with the child next door. It's so sad. Because this same father, we're saying no to my daughter, but he's busy sleeping with the child next door. So I know it's a challenge, but I think before the mother engages the child, they might need to have a good standing with the father first. Maybe have a conversation with the father. I'm also a mother. Yes. I've got daughters. What I'm saying, there's politics of the person. That people just say what they don't do. Yes. I, for one, have done that with my girls. Okay. I spoke with their dad.
So, Junior, conclusively, in general, in terms of this issue of contraceptives, what is it that you have for the viewers? What do you want them to know? The mother, what do you want her to know? The daughter, what want her to know as well?
I encourage all mothers to engage with their daughters at a very early age and teach them on ways of having clean sex that protects them. We know they are having it. Let's encourage our daughters to have it clean. let's encourage to have it protected.
Oh, wow. Viewers, you've had it for yourself. This has been a very controversial discussion. It's up to you at home. We encourage you to sit down, talk to your daughter, know your child. What are they doing?